Okay, so next one is where as we all about the mm, also is charts. Then next one we talk about the spark lines. Okay, you know what is spark lines?
No.
Okay, then come to the spark line section. Uh, Sparkline is also says this is a mini graph where you want to display the value of the section of the column. We have the multiple columns. Suppose here subject one, subject two, subject three, subject four, and you want to show this value in any graphical format. Okay, then you can use it the sparklines. Okay, inside your cell. Then how can we do that? First of all, you select your sparkline. Which one you want to do? Line, column, windows, as your option. I select a line because line is better, and then this uh, this option will be okay. Here we can select your data lens and click on this part and select this data lens. Here I want to show the sparkline on behalf of these subjects. Okay, all subjects marks. And then what you do? Location is already selected because I select this location and then OK. Just click on OK. And what will you see that? You see that here is my is one of graph is mapped to show that this value is come and then highest value is my this and then lowest value is this and this value is okay. All values graph will be created and when we track this down, then here we got the all type of values. Right? This is called my
Okay.
sparkline. Sparkline is a small value for showing the variation between the columns values. Okay. And then if you want to highlight your high points, then you click on the high points. Okay. Then you want to highlight the low points, then you can click on the low points values. And then if you want to negative points, then we don't have any negative points right here. First point to first point, last point to last point. And then if you want to mark on each point where we every marks will be shown, then you can use this marker option. Okay. Again. Okay. And then you can use the column type. Okay. Column type is not looking good where and then we'll loss type. Okay, we have the negative values, then you got the loss, and you have the positive value, then you got the win. Okay, this is used for mainly used for the share market details when you want to enter here. But for this purpose, you use this type of spark lines. Okay, and then change your colors, change everything you can here. Okay, simple way you can clear do this, and then by use of this spark line, you can create the this type of graph in the cell. Okay, directly to the cell to refer these values. Okay, this column values. For column values, I think, to show that you can use it. Okay, this is called my spark lines. That's clear.
Yes.
Then come to the next parts here, where we have the pivot table. You know what the pivot table, right?
Yes.
Yes. What's the pivot table?
It shows like more like a graph, but it's more like a bar chart, basically.
Not sure. And also you can tell that is this is my summary of the graph. Okay, you can also say that. I think I get. We have the multiple because for this type of thing you can use the clear filter. Okay, I select this table. I want to make the pivot table for this table. If you have the table is larger, suppose we have is many types of data. Suppose say you have the is whose type of data. Okay, suppose I take this some data other way. First of all, I choose this data. One second. I select one data. Uh, set of data. Let's see. Okay, suppose we have this data. I copy this data or use other one and then paste here. Okay. Suppose this is my sample data, sale data. Okay. So for this purpose, this is my data. We have the large amount of data. For you want to take the summary of this data. You want to see the summary of this data. That's why you can use a pivot table. Okay. Pivot table is
Okay.
only used for showing summary of the data. Okay. For sort of the just sorting the data. Okay. Maybe I select this data. Just select it. Select all data. This is my data of how many rows are here? I don't. Okay. So it's very much okay. Then what you do? First of all, come to the insert panel. Here we have the pivot table option. Also, we have the recommended pivot table option. First of all, how to make a pivot table? This then we show about the how we recommend pivot table. Just click on it, and then here we got the pivot table from table orange. Okay. Then what you do? First of all, select your table. Then this is auto already I selected. And then here, if where you want to create your pivot table in new worksheet, in existing worksheet as your choice, but it's better way to create the pivot table in new worksheet. Okay. For existing worksheet, if you want to create the existing worksheet, just then you can specify your location. Okay, and location is this where you don't have any data. Okay, this suppose here we I select this location and then I want to create the pivot table in this location. Then what you do, just click on the OK. Okay, then here we got this data, and then this is part of my what this is my table heading. Okay, where we first row is as your table heading, it suggests as a table heading, and this in this part we have four things: filter, columns, rows, and values. Okay, for filtering thing, you can use the filter options. For you shows the column values, and you can use the column option. For the show the rows values, you can use the rows option. And then when we have the any values data, then you can use it. Okay. Suppose here I want to select a segment. Okay. Select segment, customer name, anything you can select it here. Suppose here I want to select city. Okay. For the rows values, this is my city values. Right. We have the multiple many of the cities here. And then here I want to calculate this profit. Okay, profit is my value, right? Here we have the profit, and then we see that at below section. Okay, I think I make one another way for this first segment, and then I remove it. Okay, this is my segment. Here we have the segment. Three types of segment are there: consumer, corporate, office, or home office. Okay, and then here we have the sum of profit on behalf of segments. Okay, and this is my grand total. Okay, this is simple way you can create the pivot table. Okay, for your data, this is my data. Okay, and by use of this table, you can create this. Yeah. For showing summary of the table. Mm. Into this parts, select all. Okay, and then here. Come to the insert panel. Here we have, if you show the recommended pivot table option, then some of pivot table this my data is already created. Okay. For smart version of the new version, smart AI of the version, say you can create this table on behalf of you. If you select the recommended pivot table, to recommend you some pivot table, you can create this format. Okay, some of data. But I create your own self. Then what you do first, I suggest is this: just click on it, and then I want to new worksheet. Okay, just click on the one new worksheet here. This is my pivot table, and then I want to show the details. Suppose here I want to show the value in on behalf of state. Okay, here is this is my state value, right? And then for the value section, you use the cells. Okay, you use the quantity, you use the discount. Okay, not the discount, and you use a profit also. Okay, and then always columns have these values. This is column, sum of sales, sum of quantity, sum of profit, and this is my rows. Okay, where you want to show this value, and if you want to filter something, here we have the rows. Okay, here this is rows data. Okay, and if you don't want to sum, then you can click on it, and then value filter field setting is goes to then, and then you want to create your average. You want to average the count value, maximum mean value, projection, anything you can calculate this by use of this part. Okay, by default sum of values will occur. If you want to calculate this average, then you can use the average values also. Okay? If you want to know the sales, you can want to average sales, then you can also click on the okay, then this is got the data of average sales. Okay? As you wish, which one values you want. Okay, for some those who use the sum values, and here we have the data side. Okay, and then for this part you can want to filter this thing, just click on the segment and go drag and drop on the filter option. Here we have this filter. When we select this filter option, suppose you're consumer, and then click on ok, then all data filter and go on behalf of consumer only, and then show the data on behalf of consumer. Okay, so in this part you can create your data, or you can filter your data also. Or on behalf of anything, you can have the segment, anything you have this part. Okay, then you can select the common data and then show your summarized data of the total may the total value of this pivot table. Okay, we have a lot of data in this part. Okay, because in the in your section you have the work in the excel, you have the lot of the thousand lakh of data are there. For this part we can summarize this thing by use of the pivot table. Okay, come this part of pivot table fields. Here we have the pivot table right here. Okay, here we have the option all. Here we have the filters, columns, rows, and values, right? And this part we have the choose field to add to reports. Here we have the option of the field sets. If you want to this type of field set, here we have this list here, and then filter rows and columns values. Then you can also set these parts. If you have field section only, if you want to show the field section, then you can use it. Then if you want to area section, then you can use this one. Okay, but for the recommendation you can use this here, this more portion. Okay, any of them you can use it. Okay, and then also have the search bar for the searching columns name if you have the multiple columns. Okay, and then sometimes suppose here we can click outside of the pivot table, then this option will be vanished. For when we click on the pivot table of insert, then pivot table field will be appeared. By use of this thing, you can create your summary data. Okay. And then here, when if you have to this sort of say we pivot table analyze and design. Okay, design for the designing purpose. If you want to design your table for your own valuable, you can use this part also. Okay, pivot table analyzer is simply used for the naming the pivot table. Here with the pivot table name, which what's your name here, pivot table. Okay, which state you active. Okay, group and group here. Okay, you can insert this slice. Always here we have the slice right here. Okay, you can insert the clear, change the formats. Okay. One thing also, if you when we have sometimes what we have sometimes sometimes unfortunately you close the pivot field list, and then when we click on this part, now my field list is not appears. Then how can we do this? Here we have the show values right here to field list. When we click on the field list, then field list table field list will be appeared. Okay. When we click on the buttons, we don't have buttons, header file field header, you can apply the field header, they can use it. Okay. You don't want to field header, then you don't click on this, the field headers will be vanish, and then when we appear this, when this part will be covered. Okay, this is simple way you can create your pivot table. Okay, simple way you can create and make this type of pivot tables. Okay, and this is useful. Okay, when you have to do this, and then if you want to see the value of each state, then just click on this part, and what will happen here? Alabama. Here, this is city state, Arizona city values will appear. Okay, if you don't want to see that, just click on this part, then your this city's values will be hidden. Okay, and then by this way you can show the data briefly. Okay, because we have the lot of data when we goes to any market section. Okay. Uh, Then what's see over here? We have to all other formats also. We can product ID, category, anything you can have these parts. When you apply the filter of the on section of the category, then you can also use the category option. Furniture, office supplies, technology, anything you can use it. Office supplies you can use it. Then you have two types of filter right here. Okay, apply filter may as many of you. Okay, if you want to values or apply something, okay, then you can use it. Anything you can use this data. Okay, you have the more multiple of data right here. Got it? That's clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then come to the next part is my is for the pivot table. If we have the pivot chart also. Okay. For the pivot chart, the same is like a chart option, but here for this chart is made by on behalf of pivot table. Okay. When we click on the pivot chart, first of all select the tables which want to do as a pivot chart, and then click on the pivot chart. Okay. Same option will be okay where new worksheet, existing worksheet, what you want to do. Okay, just click on new worksheet, I suggest. Just click on it, and then here we got two values. Here we pivot table, and here we have a pivot chart also. Okay, suppose here I want to show the value in behalf of country. Just click on the country. Okay, country is my same. That's why I don't need to use this. You can use the reason. Okay, here we have the reason right here, and then you want to calculate the sales. Okay, here we got the sales value. If you want to calculate this quantity, then you have the quantity value. If you want to calculate profit and loss, then you can use the profit loss option also. Okay, and then don't want to quantity, just use this quantity and profit loss. Okay, by use of this thing you can create your table, and then you create this data. Okay, and then if you want to apply the filters right here, then you can use the filters here to just click and drag on the filter option. This is my subcategories option. Okay, and then here we got the filter. Okay, when we click on this part we can get these options. Okay, and then all the data will appear when we have of this data. So, okay, subcategories you can use it, and if you want to all, then you can use this data. Okay, you want to inform of category, just click your category site here, and if you want to show the data in behalf of the discount segment, you can also use this segment. Okay, same as like your data, same like use your pivot table. Here we create our pivot charts also. Okay, and then for the pivot charts we have the option for the pivot charts. Okay, here we have the access title. If you want to write here the access title, chart title if you want to write here the chart title, data label if you want to show the data labels. Okay, data bus, all the thing is same as like your field say. Okay, charts option. Okay, then you can go to design, you can select your design, you go to the format option, you can format your designs. Okay, and then if we pivot tail analyzer, we have this the values right here. Okay, insert slicer, not slicer, if you want to show them or not. Okay, and then you write here is a chart name, which one chart name you can write here. Okay, for the making this thing by use of the pivot table, you can create your charts also. This is called my pivot chart, simple and a simple way, or you can create our charts. That's clear.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. Then you check some example. Okay, many of the dummy files there in your Google. Go to the internet and then search some dummy datas. Okay, dummy sales datas over here. Many of datas are you have to search it. Okay, and do the
Okay.
pivot tables practice. Right. Okay.
Okay.
The next one. Yeah. If you want to use the link tag, I want to use apply the link tag here. Then how can we do the link tag inside this parts? Okay, suppose I want to apply the link tag here. Okay, and then what's the use of the link tag? A link option. This is my link option, right? Okay, here we have the link option, and then a
Yeah.
shortcut of the link option is Control plus K, and also say this link option is Control plus K of the link option, and then also this is called a hyperlink. Okay, you know about the hyperlink, right?
Yes.
What's the hyperlink?
You're basically linking another file, but you're really not linking it 100%.
Yes, not thinking 100%, basically link your file. Then how can we link this? You can link anything. You can link your website, link your web pages, you link your photos, you link your PDF files, cloud files, anything you can link it by use yourself. Okay, how can we do this? Just here, you can write here something. Suppose
I
here.
think it's I think it's right click or something. Yeah.
No, right click here. We can click on the link tag. You can click on the control K also. Okay. Suppose you want to click on control K. Okay. Okay. Shortcut key you can also use this. Will be appear here. You can write here is the address. Any address you can want to write here. Suppose here you all want to link here Google. Then you can use the Google also. Okay. And this when we click on this option, then once you go through, go directly to the Google page. Okay. Hey, we have this Google Page right here. Okay. If you want to, if you want to directly show you to PDF file, if you want to apply the PDF file right here, I want to add PDF file. Then use the link option, and then if you want to use a local browser, then you can use this through also. Suppose here we have this data. Okay, suppose here this we have this, and then add on this, and then when you click on this file, then we got the PDF file. You open this PDF file right here. Okay, now, okay, my should set up. Okay, when we link your file, the cloud file, you can link it, and then also for this purpose, you have the for formula also for function also for this part. Okay, like right here is a hyperlink and then link location you want. First of all, you can specify this. Okay, suppose I want to write here is a Google, then right here is a link location of Google, www.google.com, and then what's your name here? Just say it here. I want to write here is Google, and then I click on enter. And if you click on this, then here directly goes to the Google page. Okay. You use your hyperlink formula also. You can use a link tag. You can use a shortcut key of Control K. Right here is a Control K. Anything you can want to write here. Okay. And next one is my comment. What's the use of the comment?
Just for information, if you want to add any comments to that cell.
Okay, you add your comments yourself, and for another self, you say your this data. Okay, you when we click on this part, and then for this purpose, we say we selected. You can want to add your comment. I write add comment. Okay, then what's will happen when you go? I click on it. Okay, and then when we come to through this, then what will happen? This comment will be shown. Okay, and then you share someone this file, then this message will be appear for those purpose because here we have to I log in this part and this commenting will be appear. Okay, it's my name of my. Okay, if you don't log in here, you can write a comment, but not appears as much more. Okay, you share this file for own self purpose, you for others purpose. For commenting thing and for highlighting something, you show on these parts, then you can use the comments option. Okay, then uh This is my text option, right? Here we have the text box, right? Here we have the text box right here for writing the text. Okay, if you want to apply some text box right here, and then I want to write any text in heading format, then you can use it. And we have the save format also. Okay, for this purpose. Okay, you can use this part also. Okay, this is a simple text option. Okay, you write any text option right here. Suppose you heading, suppose you anything you can want, then you can use the text option. Okay, and then here we have the header and footer option also. If you want to apply header and footer section right here, suppose here you want to write here is header. Okay, I already told about this header or footer or not.
No, we didn't, but I'm fairly aware of this. But
Okay, you're fairly aware of this. That's good. Okay. Here, if you want to apply your current time, current date, then you can click on this parts. And then here, if you want to apply the current time, then you can use this part also. Okay. If you want to apply as a footer as a page number, they can use also header footer option, and then come to page number here. Then you got the page number also. Okay. Everything.
how did you break into pages? Show me that.
What's
How did you change the Excel sheet into different pages?
if you come to the header and footer section, automatically this will be changed. Okay.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Okay. And then if you here we do this option also, we have this option right here in the page layout format, where we have the normal format. Here we have the page layout format. When you click on the page layout format, here we got this page breaking options.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay. Then here we easily assign these values. Okay. And then next one, what you do here, if you want to apply some equations, mathematical equation, then you can use this equation option, right? Okay, where this is directly use of the equations. Okay, but that's not necessary for this purpose. Here, for this, for the MS Word, you can use this part, because here we this is useful. But for the MS Excel, I don't need this thing. If you want to like write yourself uh, any equations, and then don't hear this part, and then don't hear it right, then you can also use this part. Suppose here I can write as in my format x square, okay, equal to y square plus 2. Okay, you can also create this type of thing. Okay, if you raise this, you can insert it and click on this insert button. Here we have to got this value. Okay. Okay. If you want to write here as equations, anything you can write here, then you can use this part also. Okay. Sometimes you don't have this type of equations, and then you want to write, then you can use the ink option. Okay. Okay. Next one is simple option. Simple option is used for the applying those symbols. Okay. For don't have this symbol is right here. So the tag marks, set marks, parking marks, anything mark you can use it with coins. Okay. For the your symbols, any symbols you can use it and right here. Okay. Search for symbols. Correct. This is used for the simple inserting your symbol inside wheel. Okay. If you know about the shortcut key of this first symbol of chart, Alt plus 0A9, this is Unicode hexacode. Okay. And this sheet will be also you can show in the internet. Okay. Because this is a simple symbol you can use for the applying anything and writing anything options, and then you can use the symbols. Got it? That's clear?
Yes.
Okay. Come to the next part here. One thing I want to also explain for this purpose. Okay. If we have the time. Okay. Okay. Next one, I talk about the replace and one of its substitute. Okay. I want to rename the Xiaomi to MI. Then what we do? I want to rename this Xiaomi to MI in each and every section. Then what should we do?
Control F and then go to replace.
You use this control F and go to the place, and then you can click the show me to the MI. Okay, but we have the use for this pass here to other options, right? Okay, for the replace and substitute option also. Okay, here we talk about the formula for the replace, how to replace work, and then how to substitute work. Okay, here we have the replace. Here we select the all text. Okay, and then we want to start number of the text is my. Okay, how many numbers you can want to change it here. Okay, suppose here I want to change in Simon to 1 second. Yeah, I use this replace option, and then I want to use this thing, and then select the alt text. This is my alt text, right? And then comma, then short number usage. What's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, right? And start number is my 1, and then comma is my 5, and the new text is my mi. Okay, and then when we enter, we got the values mi. First, and then what will happen here? We show all the values will be is not valid format. Okay, but you want to change the value in form. We want to show the value underneath the name of the this value. Okay, we directly change this. Then you can use the control F. Okay, directly you can write here as a control F and then select the show me and then change this as a mi. Okay, replace find and replace. You can use it. Okay. This is and it's useful by using directly. Okay, and then it is image. This will be work. Okay, replace all. When click on the replace all, this in the, this parts will be replace all the parts. Okay, but I don't need to. I want to alternate names of the Xiaomi option. Okay, don't only Xiaomi option out of the others. Then for this purpose, you can use the substitute. Substitute how to say right here is a substitute. Just come to the substitute here, select the text, and then select all text. What's your all text? Just right here is your all text. All text is must shown. Okay, and then comma. Then you write here is a new text. Is my mi. Okay, and then we enter it. Then here we got only alternate name of the Motorola only. Okay, but here where we have to write here the Xiaomi, then we convert is the mi only. Okay, we can show the alternate name for by using the substitute. Correct.
Got it.
Okay, and then one use of the substitute also. Suppose here I write something. Excel is mainly used for data entry purpose. Okay. Here we have this data, right? Excel is mainly used for data entry purpose. And then if I want to write here is wrong, not is, here we write here is suppose 4, okay? And then I want to change this 4 to is, then how can we do that? Yeah, if I write here is R, in this particular whole sentence, I want to change one option. To sometimes I mistakenly write here is wrong. Okay, wrong word. Then how can we do this? For this purpose, you can
Equal
also use the substitute.
supplement or substitute. Yeah, substitute.
Yes. Okay, and then use the this value. Then write user all text is R. Okay,
Or comma and then new value is.
this. Okay, and then when we enter this, then what will happen here? Change the R into is. Right.
Yep.
Suppose here I do mistakenly. Right here is 4 to is. Okay, but I want to change this is to 4. Then how can we do this? Here also we write here is because here we write correctly, but here we write wrong. This is I want to change to 4. Then how can we do that? In this portion we have 2 is. I mean this. If we want to use this substitute directly, and then select your all text, and then use the comma, then you write here is and then you write here is comma is 4. Then what will be happen? Here all the is will be convert into the 4, right?
Right.
Then how can we change this is, not this? For this purpose, we also use the substitute. How can we use the substitute for this parts? Just click on the substitute and select this text. Then select my all text is my is, right? And then comma, then select this R, okay? Then comma, then here we have the other option also is instant number, which number value you want to change this. Here we can write here at number 2. Okay, then this is only target is appear on the number 2. Okay, then you can click on it and then this value will become, right?
Okay.
No,
Got it.
CSR is what I want to use this for. Sorry. Well, by use of the substitute, you can use it. This is a substitute example, substitute and replace example. You can use it, and substitute is very useful uh, formula. Right? That's clear.
Yes.
Okay. Then do this, and then may do some example of the pivot. Okay, pivot table, and then also do this practice for this parts. Okay, and next will class will be as tomorrow. That's clear. Any
Okay.
doubts?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.